Broadcasts of HIKI No are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by Bank of Hawaii Foundation, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI No.
Aloha, I'm Christopher Kim.
I'm Dana Yamasaki.
And I'm Justin Collado. We're here on the campus of our school, Maui Waena Intermediate.
Home base for this premiere episode of HIKI No, the nation's first statewide student news network.
HIKI No means can do, and you'll see what students from our team of schools can do.
This episode's team is made up of 9 schools from 4 islands.
From Kauai, there's Chief's Kamehameha Middle School.
From Hawaii Island, Kona Waena High School.
On Oahu, Waipahu High School, Kamehameha School's Kapalama.
Kawana Nakoa Middle School, Kalani High School, and Sacred Hearts Academy.
From Maui, there's Maui High School, and of course, Maui Waena Intermediate.
On this show, you'll hear from diverse voices across the island chain,
telling stories that connect communities.
On HIKI No!
Can do.
Before we introduce our first story, we'd like to recognize the grant organizations that made HIKI No a reality.
They believed that Hawaii could create the nation's first statewide student news network.
They put their faith in us and said, can do. To them, we say mahalo.
Now on with the show.
Our first story comes from Chiefess Kamehameha on the Garden Owl of Kauai.
For as long as anyone can remember, high school football games on Kauai have been played at night. So, it's unusual to be playing a game under the sun rather than under the lights. But as of the 2010 KIF football season, the County of Kauai has decided that the traditional Friday night football games be moved to Saturday afternoon. But why? It's because of this little guy, the Nuo shearwater, an endangered species found only on Kauai.
These birds are unique and they're very special to Kauai, and that comes with a responsibility. So we need to work together to protect them and make sure that they're here for future generations to come. The bright football lights can confuse the birds when they're on their first flight out to sea, and they can crash into the ground and sometimes they'll die. Because their population is declining so rapidly, we need to do everything we can to prevent this from happening.
But others may not agree.
They look forward to their senior season in the lights with a full crowd of fans, band playing, the fans behind them, and that was all taken away. And we have day games, which is in the hot sun. Our fans are half here, half gone.
In my opinion, I like the nighttime games better, only because it's more comfortable to watch the game.
I have to ask off from my workplace, and that's income that I need to take care of my family here.
Although it would be easy to point fingers, Mayor Bernard Carvalho can't do much about it.
We have various amounts of night activity. So the biggest issue is coming up with a plan to address the lighting at night, which means that, number one, for some facilities, we would have to actually turn off the lights.
And in this case, the price to pay is Friday night football. If we choose to continue the Friday night games, the county has to pay a different kind of price.
Otherwise, we could be charged with paying for each bird that is injured or falls from the sky due to the lights at $10,000 per bird. Hopefully it's not permanent. We want to make sure that we offer every opportunity for our families and our players to play at night. I know it's so exciting at night, but we need to be very responsible, and we're trying our best to make it sure that we are following the laws that are before us.
Well, it's not really a black and white issue. It's not can we have football or can we have birds. I think we all need to work together and find a solution to the problem.
Currently, the County of Kauai is searching for that solution, but until they find it, the lights will remain off for football on Kauai. This is Lorinda Sasan from Chiefess Kamehameha Middle School for HIKI No.
The County of Kauai has installed shielded lights in Kauai football stadiums and are currently working on 3 other county parks. By the next football season, all stadium lights will be shielded and Friday night football games should be able to resume.
If you'd like to comment on this story or anything you see on HIKI No, join the discussion on facebook.com/HIKINOCanDo or send us a tweet on twitter.com/HIKINOCanDo. Now we have Kamehameha Kapalama, another local school facing change. This change comes in the form of a new and unique class dealing with the controversial moment of Kamehameha's history in the 1990s that has inspired today's students to explore their voice and rights.
I just had a hard time at the job. I just got cut.
When faced with adversity, do you run for cover or weather the storm? Inspired by the book Wayfinding Through the Storm, Speaking Truth to Power, a new course at Kamehameha Schools delves into the trustee controversy of the 1990s, focusing on the impact to the school and its students. When trustee misconduct jeopardized Bishop Estate's nonprofit status, the controversy erupted into a huge blowout that made national headlines and resulted in the resignations of all 5 trustees.
I'd say that from the time that the old trustees left until now, we've been doing very well in trying to control our actions for the good.
Part of the healing process for some of the teachers and staff was to share their experiences in the book, which was released in 2009.
The Wayfinding Through the Storm book was one of our summer reading books, and so after kind of getting engaged in like the text and just the people and the voices, and then kind of thinking about my schedule for my senior year, I thought being here for 12 years and making this my 13th, I should really know my school better. And reading the book was one step, but taking the class was like a whole new adventure.
The class offers a unique learning experience. Rather than just recounting events, guest speakers who experience the controversy firsthand give insight and context into the tumultuous times. The class serves as a living lesson about the power of standing up for one's beliefs and taking action.
We've created this course, and it's a course that we think is going to change things. You don't just, stand up, stand out, become a little rebellious for what you believe in, but it has to go somewhere.
At the end of the semester, students were compelled to take action and decided to create a petition for student rights to present to the administration.
I signed the petition because I wanted the administration to hear our viewpoints and opinions and to take what we had to say into consideration when making important decisions for the school.
I think the class really gave me a voice, and it really taught me how to stand up for what I believe in.
The powerful lesson learned by students in this course has led to an unexpected demand to offer it again this semester. This unique opportunity allows students to learn about their past in order to pave a way for a brighter future for Kamehameha. This is Shea Kawe from Kamehameha School's Kapalama for HIKI No.
Now, Waipahu High School's Marauder Media will show us how one of the staples of Samoan culture survives today, with the tradition of making coconut milk.
Fa'u Tana will be showing us the traditional Samoan method of opening a coconut to make coconut milk. First, a brown coconut is selected. The mallet or stick is used to peel the coconut skin. Next, open the coconut with a machete or rock, then pour the coconut juice into the tono or bowl. This scraper is called a tuai, and it is used to scrape the meat off the coconut. Tawanga is part of the coconut husk, and it is used to squeeze the coconut meat to make coconut milk. These are the steps to make coconut milk. Coconut milk is part of the food recipe in many traditional Samoan dishes, such as pangipopo. This is Douglas Usate from Wapau High School for HIKI No.
Here we are, back in the heart of Maui, where our next story takes place on the slope of Haleakala.
Maui High School's Natural Resources program is breaking new ground.
People are realizing more and more that it's not only working in the dirt, it's high science, it's high math, it's high design. I mean, you actually have to be really, really smart and innovative and creative to work in agriculture.
Since 2002, Ali'ikula Lavender Farm has been planting, producing, and marketing lavender products worldwide from their 13-acre farm located on the slopes of Haleakala.
Kind of more jungle, yeah?
They help us a lot, because our ag field basically didn't have much. It started off really barren, and a lot of things weren't as it should be. So they came down and they showed us how to transplant from one thing to another. They gave us new plants to start off to make our horticulture look nicer.
The agriculture program won't be the only one to benefit from this partnership.
Make it work for you.
I'd like to see business get involved, art classes come and be able to work out in our fields. I'd like to see science classes come out and use our resources firsthand. So really it's going to rejuvenate our program and make our program a resource for the rest of the school to use.
This fresh look at agriculture will also help cultivate a new attitude toward farming.
Just having to dig the holes and we got to bring the compost.
We're actually going to come in and teach the students the business of agriculture. It's not simply just planting a seed.
The need to develop younger farmers came after the Weigerts attended last year's Maui County Farm Bureau's Agricultural Fest.
It was brought to our attention that the average farmer is 60 years old. And that really puts us in a dire situation. It's not just for agriculture, it's more like agriculture is the foundation of growing stronger communities.
Working on these gardens will be the horticulture students.
It's actually good for producing food that you need, creating culture, I guess, and creating much, making the spaces that are dirt into something that's really beautiful.
This is Fabrine Caryaga from Maui High School for HIKI No.
I'm going to be planting this.
Sacred Hearts Academy on Oahu introduces us to 3 lifelong friends who really understand the strength of friendship.
To most people, a bracelet is just a simple piece of jewelry. But to Sherilyn, Luetta, and Jan, it is a symbol of their lasting bond.
What I gained at Sacred Hearts Academy was really the ideal of what a sisterhood really is. And I think that our Christian values, we prayed together, we worked and studied together, we played together, and I think that all of those things combined really formed extremely strong bonds, a sisterhood really, that started here at school and that has continued really over the last 26 years.
The strength of their friendship was crucial in getting through the difficult times.
After I gave birth to my twin boys in 2006, unfortunately I developed a rare condition pretty quickly, and I had a massive heart attack the day after my sons were born. They did end up performing emergency open heart surgery, and Luetta and Jan were in the ICU. I think they must have told the nurses they were my sisters, which was partly true. So even after my surgery, I really counted on the support of my friends and my family, and they were always there for me.
Throughout the years of their friendship, they've been able to experience the joys of life together.
We have been to each other's weddings, we have been a part of each other's weddings, and we have, seen each other through the births of our children. And really, we experienced that together.
We also started this charm bracelet. So every year, milestone throughout that year, we add a charm. So it's neat, like the charms we have, like whenever we had a baby, there would be a baby charm. When we got married, there was a ring. So it was really cute.
They're my sisters. And being at Sacred Hearts from kindergarten, the bond is tight. And it's been part of the family to always be proud and be a strong woman of Sacred Hearts. And I think that is what Sacred Hearts has done for all of us. We're independent, we're strong, we create friendships that last forever.
This is Rochelle Cole, reporting from Sacred Hearts Academy for HIKI No.
It seems today everybody is on Facebook. But as wonderful as it seems to be able to communicate with your friend down the street or across the world, there are some precautions that we need to take when we enter cyberspace.
Here are a few things you should make sure not to do to protect yourself both online and in the real world while using Facebook.
Number 1, don't approve people you don't want to be your Facebook friend. The rule should be, if I haven't met you, we're not really friends.
Don't leave your full birthday on your profile. Just remember to post only the month and day. You can even leave this totally off. Identity thieves could use this to find more information about you.
Don't enter any contest that is offering a free iPad, iPhone, or other hot gadget. Seriously, you're not going to win. You may just be giving away your privacy.
Don't post about the vacation you're on right now. It's just like putting up a sign that says, nobody's home right now. Wait until you get home to share all the great things you did on your trip.
There are many other things people often say that you shouldn't do online, but those are mostly solved by remembering basic manners and etiquette. If you interact online like you would face-to-face, you can avoid many of the things that annoy or anger people online.
We have access to computers in almost all our classes here at Maui Waena, but Kamehameha Kapalama has taken their students' computer access to a new level by providing each of their students with their own laptop.
Inside these blue bags are Apple PowerBooks for students to use in their classes as well as at home. While the Maui and Kea'au campuses, as well as the middle school, already had laptop programs in place, this is the largest rollout of computers with all 1,800 high school students receiving one. Throughout the day, students busily type away writing papers, others take notes in class, while others surf the net for research. A laptop brings many benefits to a high school student, but it also brings a lot of responsibilities.
The only negative is having to carry it around. That's the only thing I don't like, having it to carry to every single class.
Both students and teachers alike are learning to embrace the changes that come with the laptop.
I actually become more of a facilitator to the lessons, and I have more personal one-on-one interactions, which create, to me, a more cohesive relationship between teacher and student.
While students may be huddled around their laptops, they still find ways to socialize via the net through internet games and social networking sites like Facebook.
I use Facebook for a variety of things, such as communicating with my friends, and usually when I need help for homework or I need to know what homework was, I would ask them about that. And aside from that, just talking with my friends, playing games, all that good stuff.
Unfortunately, the overwhelming popularity of Facebook proved challenging for the school's internet and technology specialists.
They had more than doubled the bandwidth in light of the one-to-one. We discovered that that was not quite enough.
The massive overload to the system caused slowdowns in the internet and even the phone lines. So with no other alternative but to ban Facebook, students are learning to live without it. Even though Facebook may be gone, these laptops are here to stay, and these blue bags are the next season's hottest accessory. This is Tania Lau from Kamehameha Schools for HIKI No.
Our next story brings us home to Maui. In fact, just a few miles from our school in Kahului, to a local store that has become a Maui tradition.
Since 1945, Takamiya Market in Happy Valley, just north of Wailuku, has been serving fresh meats, fish, prepared foods, and smiles from this same spot.
Yeah, okay, enjoy. Thank you. We're not a regular grocery store or supermarket, which carries, all the canned goods and, frozen pieces, whatever. We, I think, survive because of our niche, and our niche is, our marinated meats, our seafood, the poke area, and then the prepared foods.
These convenience items have helped Takamiya establish a loyalty among customers. This constant flow of regulars has helped Takamiya maintain profits, while other mom-and-pop stores around Hawaii are closing.
Sometimes the prices are more expensive, but it's okay because the food is really good, so I know locals like quality. So if you pay a lot, you're gonna expect good quality, so that's okay.
At Takamiya, they serve quality and quantity. They sell between 400 to 500 pounds of poke every week. They're so successful, Takamiya is looking to expand.
Across the street, the property is about 10,000 square feet, and then under the roof is about 7,000 square feet. It gives us an opportunity to grow.
Takamiya's goal is to move the entire store into the Valley Isle Hardware building in the next few years. He is confident he will be able to grow as a company because Takamiya understands and appreciates the local market.
You don't have to be on a diet.
His respect for the community earned Takamiya the 2010 Maui Retail Merchants of Hawaii Ho'okela Award.
Baldwin Project grad, I get that mental health, Wailuku Union. I try not to turn away anybody asking for donations, sports teams, churches. So I think that was one of the big criteria that, successful businesses that give back to the community.
Another criteria for success might be how Takamiya views competition. While other businesses fear the intrusion of the big box retailer, Takamiya welcomes it.
I welcome, a Kmart, Safeway, anybody to, come in this neighborhood. I think I don't want to be the only business in this Happy Valley area. I mean, I wish, had more businesses, because, it's not competition, but then at least bring the people back to Happy Valley.
This is Jasmine Feliciano from Maui High School for HIKI No.
We now head back to Kauai and Chiefess Kamakahele. These Kauai students are following up on a reforestation project that was started years ago.
We are here at Iliahi Forest, located at the rim of Kilohana Crater right above Lihue. In 2006, over 1,000 kids from across the island of Kauai came together to create a new native forest. Grow Farm, the largest private landowner on the island, created and developed this project.
One of the goals for our ecological restoration at Iliahi was to generate community involvement in ecological and cultural restoration. Grow Farm really wanted to find an opportunity to engage Kauai's youth in a meaningful project, and we think our ecological restoration project really will have a lasting positive impact for our island for many years to come.
Even with the support of Grow Farm, this project would not have been possible without the hundreds of volunteers.
Originally, that was about 2.5 to 3 acres that we restored. And we did that with the help of all the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts on the island. And right now, I think I can safely say that just about every middle schooler and high schooler on the island has been up here at one time or another to help with this restoration project. It's been a huge success. Trees that were planted in November of 2006 are now quite mature, and they're producing seeds. And we're actually collecting some of these seeds now to help us with other restoration projects.
For students going to Iliahi, it has educated them and let their hands get a little dirty with the help of their teachers.
7th graders, we study life science, and working with plants was a natural. So we went up there, and what the students learned there was that they were able to help replant, take care of the land, weed, actually put the plants in the ground, and if we had a chance to do it all over, yeah, we would do it. Each time, anytime they ask for volunteers, we are willing to go up so that we can help our students, our Chiefess Kamakahele 7th grade students, learn about the native Hawaiian plants that they are a part of their community.
Iliahi Forest has taken many years to come together, but was all worth it. It taught and still teaches others community involvement, ecological restoration, and cultural restoration. For HIKI No, this is Krista Snackenberg reporting.
Maui Waena has an active robotics team, and we take part in 2 major robotics competitions, but we're still amazed to see the bristlebots Kalani High School was able to make with a toothbrush, a battery, and a pager motor.
So, I heard that you think making a robot is hard. My dear friend, anyone can do it. Even you can, especially when it comes to making a bristlebot. What is a bristlebot, you might ask? It is simply a tiny robot made from your everyday toothbrush. All you have to do is find a AAA battery and insert it into a straw. Now, secure the straw and battery combo onto a toothbrush head using 2 small rubber bands. Use a large rubber band to secure the battery into the straw. To give power to your little bot, attach a pager motor onto the assembly using another small rubber band. To help your bristlebot balance, attach a pipe cleaner. To start your bot, attach the wires of the motor to the opposite battery terminals. Congratulations, you now have a working bristlebot. So, what can you do with the bristlebot? You can have a bristlebot race, or you can use your imagination. Have fun!
Our last story comes from the Big Island. Konawana High School students will introduce us to Coach Bobby Ava, who has led the Wildcat Wahine basketball team to 4 state championship titles and has played in the 7 BIFF championship games.
I know, you know you're smiling, right? You're like, yeah, cheer you too. Job.
Coach Bobby Awa's success as coach of the Maui Waena Wildcats Wahine basketball team derives from stressing teamwork.
Yeah, the first move should have been baseline because Danielle had you that entry pass down here already, right? Yeah. From the top, so that means your baseline was wide open.
It's not about any one individual player, no matter how good or how bad they are. You know, it's pretty much a team thing, and I think all the girls are on the same page.
Mistakes during practice and games are seen as opportunities for learning.
Danielle, perfect opportunity to shoot a bank shot there.
Bobby Awa's strategy for winning championships can be summed up in the following motto: offense wins games, defense wins championships.
Oh my gosh. You got to pass the ball.
While the girls are preparing for the pressures of competition, Coach Bobby Awa has a different way of dealing with stress.
I always chew gum during my games. If you watch the state tournament, the first one to the last one, every time people would tell me, Bobby, you can't chew gum during the state tournament.
What makes her a good coach is when we're on the court, she can always just tell us what we have to do without anybody getting offended.
You gotta give her the ball. You keep running, she misses, you get the rebound.
For Bobby Awa, basketball is not a seasonal sport, but a year-long commitment. Strong leaders are built on and off the courts by hosting basketball clinics and involving the girls in various fundraising events.
We work hard doing concession, we work hard selling t-shirts, we sell calendars.
Countless hours on and off the court reflect Bobby's passion for the game and create a sense of belonging.
All of our teammates we're very like a family.
This is John Hubbard from Maui Waena High School for HIKI No.
We have come to the end of our first show, and I hope that you agree that Hawaii students really can do news.
Thank you for joining us and letting us show you around our great school.
Join us next week when we will find out how tourism is affecting the once sleepy town of Kailua,
how a veteran lifeguard protects ocean goers at Pipeline, one of the most dangerous surf breaks in the world,
and meet a soccer coach from Waianae who took on cancer and won.
See you next week on HIKI No.
Broadcasts of HIKI No are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by Bank of Hawaii Foundation, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI No.